bro, I haven't got my first deal with Hold My Hand Wholesale. Ultimately, it's my fault. Ultimately, don't look inward. Don't look inward. Look at Richard. Say, that stupid, lying, cheating. Everything is in your control. Everything is in your control. We can say that the business is fake. I get it. If the business is fake, the business is fake. But I will say, oh my God. Sorry, I've just got so many here. I just don't know what to do with them. Anyways, today we are going to be talking about, that was a great start.
There we go.
That was a great start. So today we're going to be talking about how to do one wholesale deal per month. How to do one wholesale deal per month. And this is updated for 2026, guys. I think we've talked about something similar to this before. Honestly, it feels weird not having my mic. I know this thing isn't even turned on, but I'm gonna pull it close to me because it just feels natural. It feels natural.
There we go.
So welcome Instagram, welcome TikTok, welcome everybody who's here. We wholesale houses. Zach wholesales houses off market, meaning properties that are not for sale on Zillow. And I wholesale houses that are already for sale on Zillow. And we have two drastically different strategies. And Zach comes to me today and he's like, hey, how about we talk about how to do 100K per month? And I'm like, I don't feel like our mindset's there right now. I feel like I know it's possible, but I think no welcome Discord. I'm not live on Discord. There's another live stream happening right now. I don't want to step on toes. I feel like people haven't done their first wholesale deal, guys. People haven't done their first wholesale deal. And when we're learning how to skateboard, we don't start with the kickflip. We start with just standing on the board. And just standing on the board here is getting a single deal per month, a singular deal per month. So how do we do one wholesale deal per month consistently so that we don't have to work a job? And guys, I'm the yapper here. I typically take up like 70% of this. Let's let Zach answer. Tell us, Zach, how do you consistently do one deal per month if you don't know what real estate is, if you've never taken action in real estate before, you don't know the lingo, and you don't have a whole lot of money, and you work, but potentially your time is taken up by a job? Somebody just asked me in my chat, have you ever heard of Anson? Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Oh my gosh. I think it's pretty easy. Where's this guy on here that said, I haven't got my first deal yet on your thing?
He's on my Instagram chat. He's deep in my Instagram.
All right, let's talk to that guy real quick because this is the easiest one. I always do simple math because people always ask me, Zach, how do I guarantee I get a deal in the next 30 days? And a lot of people think it's like crazy to say, but like you can actually guarantee it. So I've reverse engineered the math with you already, Richard. So I've done it with myself too. Here's the math. If you go out here and call 500 Dragon for Dollars leads, you'll get a deal. My method. For Richard, for him, he's like, what would he? 1 out of 6, 1 out of 5 for you specifically on Zillow.
I think it's a little different than that.
You versus the students usually. What's your percentage?
So here's the reality of it, guys. I make 5 phone calls, and when I make 5 phone calls, usually one person says they're interested and then they don't sign. That's just how it goes. It's like I talk to 5, 4 of them, like maybe 2 of them don't answer. 2 of them aren't interested, and one of them's like, okay, cool, yeah. And then you follow up a week later. I'm sorry, we accepted a different offer, or whatever, like a million different excuses, right? So probably I get 5 calls with 1 person interested, which is nice for the audience. But in reality, guys, I probably have to talk to 15 people. I probably need to talk to 15 people before one of them signs a contract. A yes is very different from a signed contract.
Okay. If you're 1 out of 15, what do you think one of your students are going to be at?
I actually just had, I've seen this multiple times this week, and it's about 50. Pretty much across the board, it's about 50. So I honestly, guys, I'm doing a lot more cash deals right now. Zach, I probably haven't told you, I'm doing 70% cash, 30% creative right now.
Why the cash flowing?
What?
The deals aren't cash flowing, or you're just finding more off-market deals?
They're all on-market cash.
On market, you're finding more wholesale deals.
I've been sourcing for Section 8 communities. I've been sourcing distressed property for BRRRR purposes. I've been doing BRRRRs. And then I've also been doing turnkey Section 8 deals for foreign investors and other investors who just don't know how to find them, but want to invest in them and don't want to make the cold calls to find them. So
those Section 8 guys are going all crazy on Instagram.
Yeah,
and so like, the interest is like crazy high now for it.
It feeds into it. Everybody on YouTube can't hear Zach. So YouTube, I'll tell you what, can you funnel over to my Instagram? YouTube, I'm going to put my Instagram in the chat. You guys want to, I'm live on Instagram. You can hear there. So go to YouTube, go to Richard Grandin. I'm sorry, I didn't think about the fact that the audio is coming from the computer and the computer can't hear the audio. My bad. So guys, there's my Instagram in the chat. Y'all just want to go there. I'm going to end in 5, 4, 3. Got to be careful there. 2.
Yeah, you're going to post it on YouTube, so it'll be fine.
Guys, head to my Instagram. See you later. Bye-bye. Not over here. Anyways, yeah, cash deals. I've been sourcing cash deals for real estate investors, and sometimes I do one-offs, but you know what I've had the most success with recently?
What?
People who advertise that they, how do I put this? It's very new to me. It's not a new practice, but it's very new to me. So you'll have an influencer, right? Maybe it's a real estate influencer, like a smaller real estate influencer, like some of the guys that we spoke with at Wholesaling Live. And sometimes their model will be, I'm going to advertise to my following that I can find them Section 8 houses, but I'm not going to find them Section 8 houses by wholesaling real estate. I'm going to find them Section 8 houses by them giving me a large sum of money, like $500,000, and saying, you can keep 100 of the 500, but I want you to spend the other $400,000 on assets, on real estate. But these guys don't exactly know how to source them. So they tap into a community like mine. They tap into a community like yours. And what's cool about that is they don't stack a fee. So I've been sourcing Section 8 for a while, but I think where we fell short is that they're stacking a fee on top, which ultimately makes our deals not deals. So for example, I might have a $60,000 deal and it's a great deal at 65, but then they send it to their buyer at 70,000 and it's like, you know, all of a sudden it's not a deal. Yeah. Whereas the individual that I'm working with now has a lot of funds that are not his, that have been given to him by various different investors. He's paid by those investors, not in assignment fees, but in like placement fees up front. And then he just has to provide an allotment of properties to them. And he's tapped into Hold My Hand Wholesale. And we have just been slinging Section 8 deals left and right. And guys, what do they yield? What do they yield? These types of deals, like this right here. This is a $4,000 assignment fee. They sell for $4,000 to $6,000. Maybe.
Are these subject twos, or you're just locking them up and sell these wholesale straight cash?
These are cash. Normal.
How much are these checks?
They're anywhere between $2,000 and $7,000. They're anywhere. Okay. And I think the cool thing about that, guys, is I know it's not a lot of money, but this could be a 10-call strategy. This could be a 10-call strategy. And the way that it works, it's simply a correlation between price and rent. So people always view the prices in terms of DSCR loans. What I mean by that is they look at it at 20% down, 7% interest. So you always have to run the deal at 20% down, 7% interest. So perhaps you've got a house in Detroit, and that house in Detroit is listed for $100,000. If you buy the house in Detroit for $100,000, you're looking at $20,000 down and probably $750 per month in payments. But if that house rents out for $1,200, $1,300, it's below a 20% cash on cash return. And guys, your cash on cash return is calculated by taking your rent multiplied by 0.8 minus PITI times 12 divided by the total cost of entry on your DSCR loan, which is a little bit of a complicated formula. But if you can figure this out, how to find properties in Detroit, in Cleveland, in Akron, Toledo, Columbus, Canton, Birmingham, Huntsville, and any of these markets, usually at about 0.7 of what they're listed for, usually between the prices of $60,000 to $80,000 after your discount, after your fee, you're looking at 5K checks within probably like 5 to 10 calls.
Dude, I like that, because when the guy gets the money from whoever's giving the money, he has just money burning in there. He has to spend it. Like, he has to go spend it. He just can't have the money sitting there in the bank because it's not working for him. So that's a great idea. I'm curious who these influencers are, but you can probably message me later. It's just I'm interested in that.
So when I say influencers, not so much influencers. I think it's like a micro version of Grant Cardone. Like, there's this guy, he's got 100,000 on Instagram. His name is Joseph. And we've just been sourcing deals for his buyers. I think he probably has like 6 guys, just 6, but they're super high network individuals. They're like, they've given him low end 500,000 and high end millions of dollars. And they just want to buy portfolios, and they just want to buy singular, one at a time, turnkey Section 8 houses. And I think they're open to other types of deals, but those other deals fly. Like when I get a creative finance deal, guys, it's just gone. It's just gone. So I don't know. It's something I've wanted for a long time, Zach. I have tried for years to consistently do Section 8, but I didn't have the buyers for it. It's just we lock it up and it's like, I don't really know if it's going to sell. And if you're in my Discord, you know that when you show me a cash deal, I'm like, this is hypothetically great, but why do I say hypothetically great? Interest rates are high, man. I don't know if people are going to buy this stuff. So we've been keeping the price point low. We've been keeping the discounts reasonable at about 70% of what it's listed for. And I will say, if you are a wholesaler trying to do this method, it's not going to sell. It's not going to sell. I have tried this for years and years and years and years. And it is only until recently that I've been consistently able to sell these types of deals. So I'll tell you what, send them to us. Send those deals to us. Those 70% of list price houses between 60 and 80K. Yes, 70% of list price is necessary. Guys, the most common thing I see is like, Richard, I found a house for 90K. It rents out for 1,100 and I got it for 80. And I'm like, dog, that's not a deal. You need a little bit of a discount. But if you send that to my buyer portal on buyboxcartel.com, fully free, buyboxcartel.com, fully free now. If you send it to the portal there, we will sell your deal for you. We will sell your deal for you because we have aggregated a number of buyers who want this sort of stuff. But I think this is the final point. Section 8 has completely taken off. It has completely taken off. There are multiple Section 8 influencers spearheaded probably by Tom Cruise, not the actor, the real estate investor. And he's just created all of these minions. Like another one is Section 8 Kareem. They just have hundreds of thousands of followers, if not millions of followers. And all of their people are buying turnkeys, buying turnkeys, buying turnkeys, buying turnkeys. And it's like they don't know where to get them at a certain point, but we do.
Dude, they're all flexing their cars everywhere in Miami. That's where they're all at.
Okay, the image is another thing. I don't love the image, guys.
Every Section 8 guy's out of Miami with a Lambo, but I'll be honest, it's crazy.
It's true,
man.
What,
bro? If you got the Diablo, hold my hand wholesale would probably double.
I saw a video of a Diablo today.
It's an investment.
That looks good. I want that. No, you're right. You're right. But honestly, I keep getting new toys and I'm like, all right, what's next? So I'm just kind of trying to remember the last time I got a new toy. I just bought an Audi RS6 Avant and cool. I've had it for 3 weeks and it's got 600 horsepower and it's fast as hell. But I'm like, my brain's already like, what's next? What's next? What's next? So honestly, this year, guys, my goal more than anything is to appreciate what I already have. Because from losing my YouTube to getting the new car, I lose my YouTube and I realize, oh my God, I did not appreciate it when I had it. It was just there when I had it. And honestly, cherish your YouTube, Zach, because I was just like, oh, it's there. You know, it is a thing. But what if you lost it? It sucks so bad.
I do. That's why I have 4 YouTube channels.
I know, man. I know.
I told you that in San Antonio. You're like, why do you? Andrew said, why do you have 4 YouTube channels? I'm like, just in case.
Just in case is right. Yeah. Anyways, appreciate what you have, guys, because you don't know what you have until you lose it. And then also realize that the thing that you're chasing, you know, it'll just become another chase when you get it. So, you know, calm this year. That's how
you should definitely. What I'd recommend for everybody watching this too, if you're really into Section 8 and you're not hold by hand wholesale, go to your local housing authority and request a list of all the Section 8 properties currently being rented out. Every city or county has a local housing authority, and they usually have the data on where the Section 8 housing is in every county or city.
Ultimately, there's a 15-year wait list in most cities, guys. So like, let's
say, but you can see the ones currently being rented out, and you can kind of figure out who owns those properties, and you reach out to those people, see if they want to buy some more.
That's true. That's true. You can do that. That absolutely works. The 15-year wait list suggests demand, guys. So, I think one of the biggest parts with Section 8 here, guys, is it's free housing subsidized by the government. Like up to 100% of your rent can be paid by the government, and if 100% of your rent is paid by the government, I mean, it's not always 100%, but how long would that wait list be? In many cities like Detroit or Cleveland, it could be 15 years. So you have an exorbitant amount of landlords who are flooding to this with the new social media accounts that we're seeing. And you just need to be able to find them deals. So here's what I would do, because this is all about how to consistently do one deal per month. It's super easy. Go to Facebook right now. Go to Facebook. When you go to Facebook, I want you to look up Section 8 real estate investing, BRRRRR, which is another real estate investing for Section 8, and join 10 different Section 8 real estate investing communities. 10 different Section 8 real estate investing communities. Once you get accepted to those groups, you're going to click the search button, top right corner, and you're going to write just closed, or finally closed, or closed. So you're going to join those Section 8 groups, and then you're going to look up just closed, finally closed, whatever it may be. And you're going to see people who are saying, just closed on my first house, just closed on my second house. There's this one woman in the Section 8 community that I'm in, and in 2022, she wrote, just closed on my 40th house. And it's like, guys, you have 5 of those people who buy 1 per month. You never work again. And if you're like, okay, cool. Well, I found the buyers. Where do I find the deals? Literally ask them what they're looking for. And Zach will tell you a different way to find the deals. But for my purposes, go to Zillow. Just go to Zillow. Guys, you know how many houses are for sale in Detroit, Michigan right now? Thousands. There are thousands of houses for sale in Detroit right now. And your pitch kind of goes like this. This is the best way to pitch it, guys. You know, you got a house listed at $100K. Let's say you need it at $70,000. Hey, I'm calling about your listing on 123 Main Street. I just presented this to my lender, and notice how I'm not asking the wholesale questions. I'm a qualified cash buyer. Can you tell me the age of the mechanicals? Shut up. You're holding up a big ass sign that says I'm a wholesaler. Hey, I'm calling about your listing on 123 Main Street. I just shot this over to my lender, and you don't even have to introduce yourself. How controversial, a sales call where you don't say your name. I'm calling about your listing on 123 Main Street. I just shot this over to my lender. I'm trying to get pre-approved. Can you tell me if there's anything going on that I can't see from the photos? Okay, perfect. Awesome. My lender just told me to ask you that. I got pre-approved at 70K. And they're going to be like, 70K? That's not, well, I can't say. Okay, I totally understand. This is just what they pre-approved me at. Are you saying you're not looking to present it? Okay, you'll present it. Perfect. Thanks. On to the next one. So ultimately, call them. I got pre-approved here. They're going to be like, well, we can't. Look, I understand. This is simply where I got pre-approved. Can you present it or not? They legally have to present all offers. Do that 10 times. You have yourself a house listed at 100K that you got for 70, and then send it to the people you found on Facebook. And if you're like, okay, I want to skip one of those steps, great. Watch me do it in real time today on my live stream. Submit it to my portal on buyboxcartel.com. Anyways, that's how to do it without creative finance, guys. Because I told Zach I wanted to speak to the masses today. Truth is, I can't teach you creative finance in a single video. I simply can't. You can understand the concept behind it, but the pitch is challenging. And when you master it, it's awesome, but it's challenging. This is something each and every one of you can take action on right here, right now. And we haven't really gotten Zach to speak about it. But Zach, what would you do? Because we want to assume that you're like a single mom, you're a college student, you're a 35-year-old dad working a W-2 job or a sales job, something like that. You're not in real estate. You don't have a license. You don't have money. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, the way I do it's a little different, obviously. So I would just tell everyone to pull a bunch of government data. So go after the motivated seller. The way that this isn't Section 8, but like you find the most motivated people who are going to sell for a discount. So I like to pull a list of maybe a tax delinquency, pre-foreclosure. Let's just do tax delinquency. I've been going really hard on content with this lately because I just asked everyone, like, who pulls a tax delinquency list? Nobody.
Where do I get that? Where do I get that list?
The property tax collector. And
hold up. How do I reach the property tax collector?
You just search if you do Medford, Oregon, right? Medford, Oregon property tax collector, search it, call them up. Hey, I want a list of every property that hasn't paid the property taxes for 2+ years. And that's a list of every single person not paying the property taxes.
Are we just dialing them? How are we? So we
get call them up. Is the phone number?
Do they charge us for the list, or do they have to give us the list?
Sometimes they're going to try to charge you, but like 10% of the counties do, but about 90% of them don't. I literally went live. I recorded my camera last week and I did this. I pulled the tax delinquency list. Then I started calling people just to show how easy it was. I skip traced on X leads. And all I did was I called about 15 people, and 2 of them said, "Oh yeah, that was my mom's house. She died, and we just haven't paid the taxes on it, and I need to sell it." Now I'm getting a letter that I'm just about to go to auction. They're gonna put a lien on my house, and I'm like, "Oh, can I give you an offer?" They're like, "Sure." It just no one pulls the list, and I love X Leads. I love all these other softwares, but like most softwares can't pull the tax delinquency list efficiently. They use like these massive, like big corporations like CoreLogic to get the data from. And it's just not as accurate as pulling it straight from the tax collector. And people over 2 years, just call them. They're great wholesale deals. And so
And now
I'm just going to stick to that one.
are you making cash offers?
Yeah, just making cash offers.
Cash offers, and these may have been people who are inherited a house, tax delinquent. And is there a price point that you should stay in? Because there's definitely a price point that they should stay in for my deals. Is there a price point that you should stay in for your deal?
You know, it's usually the median home price for your city to stay below that. That's what I always found.
Interesting. And here's a question. Are people flipping houses in the 300 to 500 range like a lot right now?
Dude, it's always the market, man, right? Like Portland, probably not in Birmingham, Alabama, or Huntsville, right? I mean, cheaper real estate's always going to be winning right now, especially with these interest rates and everything like that. I would probably say stick to the FHA limits or below. That's always what I do.
It's a better idea to do that in a really, really cheap area like Detroit or you doing Detroit, this in like 300, 400 areas?
Okay. You and I have a different definition of Detroit. I don't even go near Detroit. I'll do Wayne County. I'll do Livonia, Ypsilanti. I don't do the city of Detroit. I'll do the outskirts of Detroit. Wayne County is the county. I stick away from the city.
Interesting.
Dude,
Interesting.
Do you know how many properties I got under contract for 15 grand in Detroit? I don't sell. A lot.
Well, yeah, dude. Anything for guys. A lot of people will show me houses listed for 40, and I'm like, skip. I don't go after anything that's listed probably below 55 or 60, guys, because usually it's cooked. There are
this,
but
Wayne County, the county in Detroit has 1.2 million people in it. The city of Detroit has 600,000. Everyone goes after Detroit. No one goes after the 600,000 properties in that county. And the buyers don't care because they live in the area. That's my advice for it. Livonia, Ypsilanti, Dearborn.
I like the flips in cheap areas, guys, because here's the thing. If you're a middle class, regular, average individual, and you're trying to buy a 400K house and you have a normal job for your area, you can't qualify for that, man. You can't get a 6% interest rate on 400K. It's way more than the rent in the area. It both doesn't make sense. You can't qualify for it. You're over leveraged. It's just not going to work. However, if you live in an area where the houses are $150,000 to $200,000 and you put a 7% interest rate on that, or not even 7, because let's say you're using an FHA loan to buy the flip, you get lower than 7. You get like 6.3 right now on an FHA loan. Guys, let's just do it really quickly. Let's say your ARV is $185,000. Your down payment on an FHA loan is like $10,000 cash. And then you've got a 6.3325% interest rate. Your payment's $1,000. Come on, you're still affording that, right? You're still affording that. So it's just, guys, I think the law of the land in the current environment that we're in right now, for me at least, is like 200 and below. You know where that doesn't apply though? Creative finance. Creative finance does not apply. I'm currently under contract for a $1.1 million warehouse with seller financing. And the reason that works is because I was able to structure payments within the 1.1 million that do cash flow. Whereas if you're getting a loan on something, guys, and the price is above probably $250,000, even $300,000, your cash flow is tiny, if not there. And it makes it a lot harder for people to pull the trigger. So you're going to the county, you're pulling the list, you're calling the list, you find a house. Does the house have to be in bad condition for you to want to wholesale that, Zach?
I mean, I've wholesaled houses in good condition, bad condition. I mean, bad's usually better for what I do because you're mostly selling them. Now, if you're doing Section 8, you might want to do more turnkey stuff, right? So it's going to be obviously a little different, but high demand areas always. That's always what I found.
You like Jacksonville?
Bro, Jacksonville's weird.
Really? I love Jacksonville. Dude, not as like a place to live.
I can't comp Jacksonville. Like one street's fine, the other streets are like, I can't figure out Jacksonville. I think I flipped 3 houses in Jacksonville last year. and it's not enjoyable experience.
I'm just doing my first flips right now. I have one going on in Detroit right now, and I just went under contract, guys, with a buyer. I'm the seller, they're the buyer. I flipped a house in Oklahoma City, another cheap market. I acquired it for $0 down, subject to the existing loan, but technically a trust deal. It has this is the sad part. It had a 2.8% interest rate on it, and I hate to sell something with such a desirable mortgage on it, but guys, it wouldn't rent out. I bought it because it was close to rental conditions. I held it for like a year and a half. It didn't rent out for whatever reason. I put a little rehab into it.
Really?
I listed it on the market at $385. It went under contract within 10 days with a retail buyer. So guys, address on that is 12136 Thorn Ridge Road. 12136 Thorn Ridge Road. Photos are on Zillow. But yeah, I flipped a house. I'm under contract. I should be making like $54,000. And then on my other flip in Detroit, I am flipping a house in Detroit. We've had 3 break-ins, which is extremely unfortunate.
That's literally my point. That's why no one wants to buy those.
Yeah, but now that the rehab is done, it's a $149K duplex with no shootings in the area, which is quite rare for Detroit. And it will bring in about $2,600 per month. So for $140K to bring in $2,600 per month, and that's normal rent. That's not even Section 8. It does $3,200 a month on Section 8, but they're lying about that. They're lying. It doesn't really.
Dude, let's go to Detroit. I'll pay you $50 an hour, standing in front. See how long you get mugged.
Dude, I would specifically me, I would not make it. If I went to my flip, guys, that's that.
No. How about this? You know YouTube well. You know TikTok. I give you a laptop and a phone, and you have to get a deal. And if you don't, you have to stay there overnight.
Dude,
I drop you off at 9 a.m. You can get robbed.
You
know how everyone says, if someone puts a gun to your head to get a wholesale deal, well, you're going to get a gun to your head if you don't get a deal today. Think about that pressure.
Cash. I would go cash.
You go cash. Dude, you get a deal in an hour. You're like, okay, I get out of here.
If you're absolutely forced to get a deal in like an hour or 2 hours, guys, what you really need to do is look at houses listed for 90 to 100K in Detroit or Cleveland or Birmingham, and you need to get them for 70K. And then you need to post that shit on Facebook. It's a 2-step explanation. That's it. What's the downside of that? Your sales are less reliable. Your sales are less reliable unless you have my buyer connections, which can be obtained in Hold My Hand Wholesale.
Dude, this can be an idea. Next time, Andrew, I think Andrew's in Miami the other day. You and Andrew and the whole team, Hold My Hand Wholesale team, comes to Florida. We'll do a challenge. We'll do a timer. First one to get a deal first wins. I call FISBOs, you call on market. I usually get one done pretty quick. One at like 15 for me. So that'd be kind of sick. Dude, that'd be so sick.
The thing is, dude, we should do that. We should do that. Guys,
that'd just be fun. I don't care if I win or not. I just
have in that battle. Oh, I'm very competitive. Who do you have in that battle, guys? Because
it's weird. Because I can get a wholesale contract quicker, but probably you can talk to someone that you'll probably close faster than me. Because the subject to just can't do that like in 2 hours. You could, but
I wouldn't go after that. I wouldn't go after that strategy. I'd go after my cash. I go after my cash, guys. Let me tell you how simple this stuff is, guys. Let's look up an address I closed last week. Here's an address I closed last week. It still says it's still pending, but we did close. Here, ready, guys? 10508 Shale Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio. I got it for 25, and my buddy Harry paid 27. It took me maybe 3 calls. It's just I made like 3 calls.
That'd be cool.
Here's how it went, guys. It's initially listed for 68. I offer 44, right? So it's listed for 68. I offer 44. I send my buyer to the property. Buyer checks the property. It's fully cooked. You can look it up, guys. It's 10508 Shale Avenue. I call the realtor, and this is my second call. So first call is, hey, I got pre-approved at 44K. Can we go ahead and go under contract for that? He says yes. It's not that far below list, 68 to 44, not crazy. And then we send our buyer to the property. It's fully destroyed. It's way worse than we thought. So I'm like, man, I'd love to proceed here, but there's just no way. This thing is like a 70K rehab. And he's like, okay, where could you be? And I was like 25. And he says, let me go talk to the seller. Seller counters at 27. I call my buyer. He's like, no, I need to be at 27. So I stand firm at 25, and then they agree. They say yes to my 25. And I sent it to Harry Gold on Instagram. You can go follow him right now. And he picks it up for 27, and I make $2,000. And it was quite literally 3 phone calls. 1 call to initially make the offer, 1 call to renegotiate, and then 1 call to my buyer to let him know that it's available. And that was it. It probably took me a total of 15, 20 minutes of phone call time. That was all. I didn't pay for the inspection. I didn't put down EMD. The house was on Zillow. I met my buyer on social media.
Dude,
that's it. Anyways, I think there's a ton of ways to do one deal consistently every month. I think you should utilize all 3 strategies.
Even the videos, man. Like, I go live every month or something. I just go live for an hour and a half. I always get 1 deal for doing it.
It's pretty easy, guys. I'm gonna spend the next 2 hours live, 2.5, 3 hours live right now. Before I play some ping pong. That's my 2026 hobby. I've been playing ping pong. It gets pretty.
What, do you watch Marty Supreme or something?
I did.
The mustache ping pong. It's all coming together.
I've been posting about it on my story, man.
Oh,
Anyways.
God.
Well, hey guys, I gotta go live on Discord. They're freaking out right now. Why aren't you live on Discord? Why aren't you? You can't go live unless you're live on Discord too. So, anyways, that's our show for today. This will be posted on YouTube, so y'all can check this out. But very plain and simply put, get a house at 70% of what it's listed for. 100K house, 70% of what it's listed for. As long as people live there, and you've got yourself a maybe deal. Unless you send it to my team, then it's 100% a deal. Anyways, Zach, any parting words?
That's it. Subscribe to Richard Taylor's new channel. Give him 100K. And yeah, pretty excited about it. Off-market real estate. Go do it. Literally, I tell everyone, try his approach, try my approach. Worst case scenario, you get a deal.
Worst case scenario.
That's it. If you call 50 listings and then 50 FISBOs and 50 tax delinquencies, there's no way you don't get a deal. I don't hear anyone crying.
Dude, well, I think this is a great, simple podcast. I think it's a great, easy to digest, extremely actionable podcast. You've got 2 great methods, guys. And they're things that you can do today. They're legitimately just things that you can do today. So I'll catch you in like 5 minutes, guys. I don't know. I'm just going to go live on Discord next. I'll see you shortly. Catch me on, I'll be back right here. I'll be back right here on TikTok. I'll be back right here on Instagram. I'll be live on YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.